Good evening. It is June 16th, 2010. I know I've been away from LJ and all that for a long time, but yeah, life has been interesting and at the same time not. I don't know how to put it. You do notice in the background there is a bookcase which houses my DVDs and Marvin the Martian, which Hobbs decides almost every day she has to climb up there and pull it down. And then look at me going, what? It was there. So that's been taken care of. So the boxes in the dining room are now clear, and I actually have a dining room area which has a chair and a wine rack that's collecting dust. And bookcases. So with the wonderful luxury of Google Desktop and their wonderful gadget to-do list, I actually have a list of things I can talk about and not feel like I'm going half the time. Work. Not doing that right now. Big huge drama. Well, actually not drama, but there were budget cuts because at headquarters they've kind of told Scott and Mike they need to have all these outside contractors who charge twice as much as their inside auditors do, and they won't let them cut them. So because it's on an auditing low, they let me go as of this past Friday. It was really tough. It was really hard at work because they didn't want to let me go. Actually, the bitch next to me, you may have heard me talk about her, she gets to stay. And she gets two of the major accounts that I had saved for the company. She gets to screw them up again. But apparently, it doesn't matter how well you do for the company in terms of, saving two frickin' national accounts. She's worth keeping. Let's talk about the finances on that one. So there's still this campaign for them to bring me back. Trust me, no one wants that girl back. She's a nightmare. Nobody likes her. Nobody talks to her. She snapped at the HR person because he was being too loud as she was trying to work. So what's that? She doesn't know. She plays Facebook all the time. So that's to be continued, so I'm back to my economic shithole again. Which brings me to now having to be 24/7 around the cats. Zoni is Zoni, whimsical, in her own world, likes to scratch the walls. Still, I bought her toys. She plays with toys and then goes, "Oh, look, wall." Hobbs is in a meowing phase. As in, a lot of meowing. As in, please stop crying. I've played with you. You're eating. You're drinking. You're peeing and pooping. The hell is wrong with you? I don't know. She just meows a lot. And I mean a lot. Right now she's sleeping up on the bookcase. What else do I have on my list here? Haha. Doctor Who? Do not like the 11th Doctor. Yeah, I'm not liking him, and I kind of want to smack Amy half the time. And poor Riley. I like him. I'm not gonna spoiler it, but really? Seriously? And I don't like River Song. I think she's a bitch. And I don't mean that in a strong way. I mean, there's some arrogance to her, and that's all Stephen Moffat's fault. It's his creation. Why should he keep any continuity from what Russell T. Davies did? But I like the stories. I just could put him on mute, and even Cass doesn't like him either. Speaking of Cass, we're back together, but we're not boyfriend, girlfriend. He's already asked me to go with him to Florida in September for the space shuttle launch. But we're not quite boyfriend and girlfriend again yet. Yeah. Yeah. Thesis. It's a word. That's about all I can tell you on the status of the thesis and the research. It's a word. It's about 6 months away from being done. It's a word. Two things that I love watching a lot now that is such a bad guilty pleasure. One's less guilty than the other. The first of which being Man versus Food. I don't know whether or not I feel thin after watching that show, or happy the fact that most of my diet is ramen noodles. I mean, some of that food, I'm like, damn, I want that. But at the same time, I'm like, why? Why do you want to eat that? Atomic Wings, 6 in 6 minutes? Ghost chilies? Why? Just because you can doesn't mean you should. It's still fun watching someone else be an idiot enough to do it. My other guilty pleasure, and in telling people about this, they've come out going, oh, you too? You watch it too? And I'm like, oh, don't feel so bad. And that is WWE. World Wrestling Entertainment, I think it's called now. It was WWF when I was a kid. I started watching it with Monica and Mike because, well, the acting is so bad. And it's still so bad, and that's half the joy of watching it. But, yeah, I'm hooked. And there's a chance I could be going to Fatal 4-Way this weekend. Cass is starting to call me a redneck. Yeah. The acting is so bad. And then you just, the wrestlers that I like are not. The reason why I like them is not because, oh, they've got great moves. It's just, you know, Big Show is 7 foot tall, and he just walks in with this shit-eating grin on his face. And he walks in, you got Rey Mysterio. I'm talking about them like, yeah. And one of my favorites is Randy Orton. Because he doesn't say much. He just attacks. But when he does speak, it's with good reason. So mine are usually the wrestlers who aren't arrogant. They're kind of, like, really do know their stuff, and not like Jack Swagger who just talks like, I swear. He's actually a wrestler. If I ever saw him in person, I don't care if it's an actor or not, I'm gonna drop kick you. Cause you're just a jerk, and it will be a great relief for me. But I'm more of a SmackDown than a Raw. Randy Orton's on Raw, and the rest are on SmackDown, and I've convinced Mike that Edge, when he gets in his anger mode, looks like a psychotic beaker. I kid you not. He looks, I'm not even going to imitate on the webcam, because that would just be too humiliating. So in a nutshell, that's kind of what life's like, and this is better than trying to write an LJ entry, because it would make no sense. So that is life right now, and I'm just kind of chilling here, hopefully avoiding another carpenter ant invasion. Yeah, I've got those too. Carpenter ants. Tarot traps. They're an awesome thing. And cloves. They don't like cloves. And if you know where the trail is, wipe vinegar down. It takes away the scent of their trail. I also have borax, but I got 3 ferrets and 2 cats. I can't quite use borax, but I have it there just as like a safety blanket. And speaking of ferrets, yesterday was Boyd's 3rd birthday. He's all of 3 years old. Where has the time gone? Time, where have you gone? So that's all the update from Plainsboro, New Jersey, and hopefully guys, talk to you sooner than later.